Kaelen Zorath, a merchant who thrived on retelling half-true adventures, was in his element. A stiff drink in hand, and Tenny twitching with anticipation. He leaned across the worn leather of a booth inside Nexus Station's Azure Star Cantina. Tonight he had an audience, a gullible Troyer named Thalen Rusk. Thalen's enormous blue eyes blinked asynchronously as he finished a bowl of phosphorescent tentacle stew, oblivious to the glances of nearby patrons unsettled by his feathered, midnight-plumed form. Kaelen shook his head, the motion sending his antennae slapping against his cheek. He winced, sipped his amber drink, and began. "You'll want to hear this, Thalen," Kaelen said, lowering his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. "It's about a world the Tradarian merchants whisper of. A place so hostile even the boldest traders check their insurance before they speak its name. A death world." Thalen set his empty bowl aside, feathers rustling as he leaned in eagerly. "Tell me." Kaelen savored the moment. "First, the gravity. Twice the Federation standard. Twice. Imagine it. Every bone in your body groaning, every breath like the planet itself crushing the life out of you. The Tradarians needed powered exoskeletons just to walk. Even then, only for hours before exhaustion sent them crawling back to their ships. Thalen's feathers rose in alarm. That would make cargo impossible. Even carrying yourself would be torment. Oh, that's only the start, Kaelen pressed. The climate is madness. Summer so hot puddles boil into ghostly vapors. Winters cold enough to freeze mercury solid, oceans buried beneath towers of ice. Winds sharp enough to flay skin from bone. Thalen shuddered. My species collapses at 31 standard units. I wouldn't last a day. Kaelen drained his glass dramatically. And yet, the beings there are sapient. Worse, they can eat anything. Anything? Tradarian merchants swear they've seen them feast on meals containing ingredients lethal to 90% of galactic species. Predator meat, neurotoxic leaves, radioactive fungi, spices that dissolve tongues. They don't merely survive, they enjoy it. Nearby tables fell silent as Kaelen's voice rose. A merchant could sell anything to these creatures and leave wealthy. No compatibility charts, no fear of poisoning. They'll eat it all and ask for seconds. Thalen's eyes bulged. Impossible. Kaelen's tone darkened. Some merchants grew greedy. One Calaxian, Veritor, gained their trust, then betrayed them. He stunned one of the natives, smuggled it aboard his ship, and fled across light years. He thought distance meant safety. Kaelen leaned close, voice dropping to a near whisper. He was wrong. They came for him. Not with protests, not with sanctions, with warships. They shattered fleets as though they were made of paper, dragged him back to their world. Rumor says he lived 3 years in their prisons, crushed under that monstrous gravity, until his body shrank to half its height. Thalen's feathers flattened tight to his body, a Troyer's instinctive terror before an apex predator. His voice cracked. Kaelen, what is this world called? I must never go there by mistake. Kaelen smiled. This was the moment he lived for, the look of awe and fear when fiction felt real. He opened his mouth, ready to admit the merchants never told him the name. A calm voice interrupted. That's Earth. Both turned. A bipedal figure stood beside their booth, soft pinkish skin, forward-facing eyes, a patch of brown hair, dressed in plain fabricator clothes. He looked utterly ordinary. I'm sorry for intruding, he said, pulling up a chair without invitation. But I couldn't help overhearing. Everything you said is my home, Earth, and I'm human. Kaelen stiffened. Another charlatan hijacking his story. The being looked fragile, barely built to survive a garden world. You, Kaelen scoffed, claiming to be from my Deathworld tale. The stranger smiled, showing small white teeth. We don't call it a death world. It's just home. I'm Marcus Vera, trader, like you. Brought Earth goods for the market. Thalen squeaked in delight, feathers trembling. A real human, Kaelen groaned. Of course Thalen would believe him. Marcus shrugged. I can't blame you for doubting. Earth does sound absurd when described that way. Though, Kaelen, you did exaggerate. Gravity's 1.9 times standard, not quite double. Kaelen narrowed his eyes. Prove it. Marcus folded his arms. How? Kaelen grabbed the menu, flipping to the restricted beverages marked with hazard icons. If humans truly eat anything, drink all of these. Together. The bartender, a 6-armed deltroid, froze. Sir, those beverages are toxic to 93% of known species. Combining them may cause organ failure, neurological collapse, or death. Marcus chuckled. Is Deathworld or beverages really a menu category? He skimmed the waiver with amusement. May cause temporal displacement? That's new. He signed. For drinks arrived, black coffee shimmering with an oily rainbow, a sparkling Orion beer, a color-shifting violet juice, and a glowing algae extract casting green light across the booth. The crowd pressed closer. Marcus sniffed the coffee, grimaced, and drank deep. Like espresso brewed with more espresso. He downed the beer next, suppressing a belch. Spicy. Someone added capsaicin. Who makes chili beer? The Orion juice made him shudder, like drinking a liquid garden with numb-tongue afterburn. Finally, he tossed back the algae extract. His face cycled through disgust, confusion, resignation. That is, haunting. My mouth can't pick which awful flavor to focus on. Thalen clapped his feathered hands. He drank them all. Kaelen stared. Marcus looked merely disgusted, not dying. Impossible. That flower juice should have paralyzed you. Numb tongue, nothing more, Marcus replied. Like pineapple enzymes chewing your mouth. Kaelen's pride boiled. Fine. If you're human, show us your strength. The VIP section has a gravity chamber. Handle double standard gravity, as you claim. Marcus sighed, swaying slightly from the drinks. All right. Double feels like home anyway. The chamber waited, a transparent sphere, controls humming. An insectoid attendant explained nervously it can reach 6 times standard, enough to crush most beings instantly. Marcus stepped in. Start at double. The field engaged. He bent his knees slightly, then smiled. Feels good. Comfortable. Kaelen snapped. Increase it. 2.5. Marcus began squats. Still Earth-like. Every day for me. 3. Kaelen barked. Marcus braced. Performed a slow push-up. Heavy, but manageable. 4. Marcus dropped to one knee, groaning. This is double Earth gravity. Rough. 5. Kaelen demanded, voice cracking. The attendant hesitated. Sir, it could kill him. Marcus called. I'll sign a waiver. Do it. The field surged. Marcus collapsed to hands and knees, gasping. 3 Earth gravities. Blood feels heavy. Organs dragged down. I can hold it. Minutes. Maybe. Enough. Thalen cried. Turn it off. The chamber powered down. Marcus collapsed flat, then laughed breathlessly. That was fun. Painful, but fun. Kaelen stared in silence. Every tale, every exaggeration, true. This fragile-looking being was from Earth. You really are human, Kaelen whispered. Told you, Thalen chirped, wide-eyed. Back at their booth, Marcus sipped water, tongue still numb. Kaelen reluctantly pulled out his credit chip. I owe you. Marcus waved him off. Keep it. I don't know the exchange rate anyway. Watching your face when I did push-ups under triple gravity was reward enough. Kaelen flushed. His antennae drooped. Shame. An unfamiliar sensation. I only wagered because Thalen believes too easily. I wanted to teach him a lesson. Marcus's gaze hardened. Then learn one yourself. He believes because he sees the best in people. Don't twist that into profit. He stood, stretching until his spine cracked. Early morning tomorrow. Need to sleep off that awful flower juice. As Marcus left, Thalen chirped happily. See, I told you your stories were entertaining, and sometimes they're true. Today, we met a real human. Kaelen stared at his friend, realizing the truth. Thalen's gullibility wasn't weakness, it was trust. And today, it had brought them face to face with a legend. For once, Kaelen decided he'd stop exaggerating, because sometimes reality needed no embellishment at all.